holy. We are holy. Good morning, friends. I know you just sat, but can you stand if you are able? And we'll sing. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this healing, this healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful life. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful life. My friends, thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Now say hi to your neighbor with a handshake or a hug or a hello or a I missed you. This wonderful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for my friends, yeah. This healing day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Right.
Woo!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Parker. I want to say, wherever you are in your journey, whoever you are in your journey, you are certainly welcome here, embraced and loved and celebrated here at this center. So thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for sharing your light and love with us here this morning. I think I know you, but if not, I'm David Howard. And I am the minister here at this beautiful community. I have a couple of things I want to share with you. One, I want to remind you or let you know, if you're not already aware, that the door is locked at 10 after. It is a school policy. No danger. We're under no danger. We're not living in fear. We're honoring the policy of the school by locking the door. So someone will be there if you happen to be late, or you're never late. You're always on perfect time. But if you're after the hour, know that somebody will be there to let you in. So also want to let you know that next Sunday is Easter Sunday. However you celebrate that, and we'll be here, and we're going to be doing a meal celebration afterwards. We'll have the main dish will be provided. So we ask you to bring a side dish, and we'll have another potluck. So always like to have food, right? Food is always good. Good to come together. Also, I want to remind you that, or ask you for your help, because our hospitality is going really well. It seems like we have people participating, bringing things, setting up, but we are lacking in people who stick around and help clean up. So, so if you would be willing to hang out just a little bit longer, you know when you come here and you get all filled up and you feel the energy and you feel so good, don't you just want to hang around a while? Hang around and visit with people as you're cleaning up and as you're being of service. Wouldn't that be a wonderful way to serve? So just invite you to do that, and Sissy will be at the table over here after service to sign you up. There she is right there. So please stop by there. And so, again, welcome, and I want to invite Colleen up to share a reading with us this morning.
I think we're on.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
I wish I had courage. I wish I had a heart. There's no place like home. Where does that come from?
With love.
A story, isn't it? Oh, fiddly-dee, I'll worry about that tomorrow. Gone with the wind. Oh, no. Snakes. It just had to be snakes, didn't it?
Raiders of the
You got it. All stories. All stories that every time, whether we see it in a movie or read the book, we relate somehow to a little piece of it. And that's why, since we're on our adventure this month with the story of Jesus, I chose It's All God by Walter Starkey, The Flowers and the Fertilizer. I chose a passage that he wrote in his final chapter. So I'd like to share that with you. Imagine if someone were to bring you a mysterious ancient box, and they told you it contained the most precious jewel that had ever been discovered. That with this mysterious jewel, you could buy everything you ever wanted, including perfect health, loving companionship, and worldly fame. If they did, you would give everything you have to possess that box. Finding that box is no different than the quest of the Ark of the Covenant that was made by the hero in the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now you see why we were worried about snakes. Within the Holy of Holies was or is the secret of life, God, the I that I am. Without a doubt, if personal sense sees this precious jewel, it will be burned up, because the ark contains all energy and infinite potential. It will cease to exist as anything other than God expressing itself, because when the light shines, darkness ceases to exist. That is the mystery. And if we lose that, we have nothing. Well, everyone has this mysterious box at the center of his or her being. It is mysterious because it isn't visible to the human eye, but nevertheless, it is within each of us and each of you. First, we have to realize that the mystery exists. Second, though we may not know how to open the box, we must be in awe of its content. We must treasure it. Third, we must realize that this most precious jewel is our rightful inheritance. And fourth, we must be prepared to die to our fears and to personal concerns. Let them go, because when we are able to look at the contents of that mysterious place within ourselves where God exists, we will experience the magic. And behold, life is full of infinite possibilities. Thank you.
Let's take a group breath together.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, I know inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
So I invite you now to close your eyes to the outer, just allowing yourself to go inside. Open your spiritual eyes. Open your spiritual heart. Allow your awareness to focus into the depth of your own being, the divine being that you are. But as you open to that, you see clearly. Through those spiritual eyes, through your spiritual heart, you perceive clearly that there is all love, all light, all peace, all prosperity, all wholeness. All that you are revealing itself to you right here, right now, in this moment, as you are willing and ready to accept it and receive it and embody it in mind, in spirit, and in body. And so as you open yourself in the secret chamber of your own heart, as we go into a short time of silence, invite that revelation, that realization more deeply. And as you touch that, and you invite the experience of it, as you find your connection with God, with Source, with life itself, living its fullness as you, I invite you in silence once again to open your outer eyes and look around and see God reflected in everything and everyone that you see. The face of God, the embodiment of God in everyone and in everything. So as we go inside, we connect with that divine presence that is us. And as we open ourselves to the realization that indeed it is all God. Everything that we see, everything that we experience, it's all God. And as we breathe into that awareness, we feel the gratitude arising within us. And with great thanks, we say together and claim it by saying, and so it is.
Shadows and victory make for history. I am more than the skin I am in. I am more. Triumphant victory make for a mystery. Join is fair. We all come from somewhere. Come as you are. Come as you are. Every living soul has traveled far. You can come as you are. Heartache and tragedy, they are calls that deliver me. I am more than the skin I am in. I am more, and I will join you there. We all come from somewhere, somewhere. Eyes that see know all is fair. We all come from a somewhere. Come as you are. Come as you are. Every living soul has traveled far. You can come as you are. Ooh, oh, I know every living soul has traveled far. Come as you are. Oh, and I will join you there. We all come from a somewhere. We come from somewhere. Every living soul, every living soul, every living soul has traveled far. Come as you are. Come as you are. Come as you are. Come as you are. Come as you are.
Thank you, Laura. So as Colleen said, we've been looking at this story, the story of Jesus. We've had a couple of classes going on, book studies, on Wednesday night and Thursday night, and I just want to say how much I have enjoyed that and how much I've learned from that. Learned from all of you who are participating in those book studies, and how it has revealed to me a different lesson. It's probably the third or fourth time I've read the book, to be honest with you. And it's revealed to me in deeper ways through your awareness and through your sharing and all the ways that it has unfolded for all of us. And I know that it can be challenging in this reading this story of Jesus to go beyond our theology. The things that we have learned about the story, or the things that have been added on to the story in many different ways. Our theology that comes from whatever tradition many of us come from, a very traditional Christian tradition, many of us. So we have this idea that Jesus was the one and only Son of God, born to save us from our sins. That whole idea, one way it's interpreted. In New Thought, I have heard, and I think we've interpreted the whole Bible as a story of the evolution of human consciousness, with Jesus being the apex of that. And Adyashanti, from his Zen Buddhist perspective, presents the story as a path of awakening, a journey of awakening to divine being. And so we see how all of those ways are different ways to view the story. So can we go beyond even any of that and see what the story really means to us. And I want to share with you today some of the awareness that came to me about the story is that I can appreciate all those ways. But for me, this time, the story is really more not a story of awakening or the path of awakening, but a story of how we live, how we can live in that awareness and presence of divine being. And I think the story in many ways reveals that to us. To me, it really is the story of integrating how we often think of our humanness and our divine self being separate, and how we can live in that space of unity, oneness, in our humanness and our divinity, just as we believe in the story, at least, Jesus did. So I want you to do something with me, if you're willing. Just imagine this represents your divine self. Hold your hand up there. Imagine this represents your human self down here. You think of our human self down here. And so take a breath with me and just bring them together right in front of your heart. And imagine even that sacred mudra of bringing that together right there in your heart is a symbol of our willingness and our intention to truly live from that place, where we live the truth that we know. And sometimes I don't really know Sanskrit, but I think that in the yogic tradition is the Anjali mudra, if somebody knows yoga better than I. It is the Anjali mudra, which really does represent that. And if you look at that, and you look at also, it's often done in this way as well, with an open. It's like to me, it really represents in a way a blossom that is yet to bloom. And so it's right there in our hearts, and our opportunity is to bring that idea of divine and human together right here, and then to let it open, bloom, and express. And to me, that's really what the story is about. And the way I like to look at it is to recognize, to realize, and to reveal who we truly are. To recognize really means to recognize, right? To recognize who we truly are beyond our conditioning, beyond our domestication, as Don Miguel Ruiz talks about in the Four Agreements. We talked about that early on. How we're all domesticated. We're all conditioned. We're all trained to be a certain way. And so the story is also about recognizing who we truly are. Letting go of those ideas of who we've learned we are, but we're really not. Letting go of who we're not. And again, in the story, it's so beautifully represented by the baptism and letting go of that, attachment to all of those ideas of who we are. And then realizing who and what we truly are as divine being, as the I am, as the presence living in this moment. And I like to think of realization as the real I is. The real I is that I am. The real I is that divine beingness. And so our opportunity, again, it's recognizing that truth and then realizing it at a deep level. But also what came to me this week as I was thinking about that is realize is, can we see through the real eyes? Can we see through the eyes of the heart? Can we open our spiritual heart? Can we open our spiritual eyes to see the truth in everything, through everything? And I think the story gives us examples of that as well. When the real eye sees wholeness through the apparent brokenness. When the real eye sees wholeness through what might appear to be illness or limitation. When the real, like Jesus in the story, the real eye sees wholeness. The real eye sees abundance where there appears to be lack, as in the story of feeding the 5,000. The real eye sees life in the midst of what appears to be death, as in the story when the people rose from the dead in Jesus' presence. And that is really how it is revealed. So we recognize it, we realize it, and then we reveal it. And I believe that's what we're about. Because I believe that you and I have the power. You know, these ideas of miracles that occurred in this story, in the presence of the one that we know as Jesus, whether or not they actually happened, we don't know. But when we look at them as metaphorical representations of what can happen for you and for me, as we recognize who we are, we realize it, and we choose to reveal that in the world. What are we choosing to see? Through what eyes are we choosing to see? And I think that's the story for me. And I think that is our intention. I believe that's our highest, deepest desire, to live that, to be that, and to know that. Would you agree?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. So that's who we are, and that's who we want to be, right? And so sometimes life is challenging. Yeah. Sometimes we may not quite live that. And I think what I love about the story as I'm reading it again is that it portrays that as well. Portrays that so beautifully. In many ways. Because I believe that in the story, if we're willing to go beyond what our theology might be trying to tell us, or has told us, that Jesus was God, Jesus was human. And if we don't believe Jesus was also human, then we can't really relate to the story. And so I want to just share some ideas I had about that. Because I believe that the story really reveals some very interesting things. Do you remember, you may not, but in the story before Jesus goes into Jerusalem, they're making their way to Jerusalem. And Jesus decides that he's hungry. And so Jesus sees this fig tree in the distance that's kind of leafing. And so Jesus goes over to the fig tree, and there are no figs on the tree. So Jesus didn't get to eat, so Jesus cursed the frickin' fig tree. Now, why would he do that? Why would he do that? I think it really shows us something. And what I want to invite us into, a different thing I want to invite us into, is it gives us the opportunity, in maybe a different way, to live our spiritual mind treatment. Now, those of you who are students of science of mind, know that spiritual mind treatment has 5 basic steps. It's recognition, unification, realization, thanksgiving, and release. Right? So, if we think about that in a little bit different way, when Jesus has the experience of going to the fig tree, there's no fruit on the fig tree. He curses the fig tree, and later they come back, and the fig tree has withered. Right? So what might be going on for Jesus? What can we relate to in that? Well, we talked about in some ways that Jesus was on this journey of trying to teach the disciples. He knew he was going into Jerusalem. He was doing these things. And I can imagine that Jesus was really just acting out his own frustration, his own disappointment. Not about the fig tree, but about all the other stuff. These disciples just don't get it. They're not producing fruit. They're just not in it. Now, have you ever had the experience of being frustrated with another person? Or even another group of people? Because you wanted something it was so important to you. And so what I want to invite us into is that idea of recognizing that. What is going on here? What is going on in the moment? And then unifying with our deepest desire. What might that have been for Jesus? I want these guys to get it. I want these people to learn. I want these people to grow. I want these people to experience what I experience. I want these people to experience their unity, their oneness, their power. I want that so deeply. I want them to produce the fruits of the Spirit, so to speak. And they ain't doing it. And so he reacts. And then I think that place of, Joe mentioned it the other day, Paul Harvey and the rest of the story. What is the rest of the story? Well, I like to think that Jesus was able to do that, was able to walk away from that and think, oh man, what was I thinking? What was I doing? How was I reacting in that moment? What was I really wanting? And to come back and really unify with that desire. Ah, man, that's what I was really longing for. That's what I really wanted. And to give thanks for the realization, for the recognition, for our willingness to reunify with that desire of the heart to experience, to love, to express. And then I'm going to say the release part is forgiving ourselves. forgiving ourselves when we don't exactly act in a way that demonstrates our deepest desire. To be that, to live that, to live from that unified awareness. Yes, I'm divine. Yes, I'm human. Yes, I want to live from that place in my heart. And life sometimes gives me the opportunity to choose again. And then we have the story of Jesus going into the temple and turning over the tables. Rage, anger. What might have been going on there? What might be that deepest longing, deepest desire of Jesus' heart when he walks into the temple, goes into the temple grounds, and there are all these tables, these traders, money changers. And he feels rage. And he turns over the tables. What's the rest of the story? What is the deepest desire? What do we learn about Jesus in the story from our perspective? That he is one who really longs for religion to help people deeply connect with their divine essence. That's the purpose of religion. And when he goes into a temple and he sees all this other stuff going on, the stuff that doesn't serve that, people serving themselves, only serving what their own power themselves, can you imagine that feeling? I would imagine that anger was an expression of deep grief. Really deeply felt grief. And so, again, can we recognize what's going on? Can we choose to reunify with our deep desire to realize that and to allow that to be expressed through us, and to give thanks for that, and to forgive ourselves when we don't show up in the way we want to? Again, how does that reveal something about us? And then the last thing I want to share with you today is about Jesus in the garden, the story of Jesus being in the Garden of Gethsemane. And the story is that Jesus goes to the garden before he's arrested, and he takes a couple of disciples with him, and he goes into the garden and says, stay here and stay awake while I go in and pray. So he goes in and prays and comes back out, and the disciples are asleep. Wakes them up. Goes back in and prays, comes back out, disciples are asleep again. Wakes them up. Goes back in. Prays some more. So 3 times. Jesus goes in to pray. And he says in the scripture, he talks about, he's saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. This is going to be painful. I know what's going to happen. If it be your will, if it be the higher will, just take this away from me. Let me go do something else. And then he finally comes to that place where he says, I surrender, I let go. I do what is mine to do. But I think it's really interesting that it happens 3 times in the story. And what I think about that is that it is about that coming together. Jesus was human, Jesus was divine. And so I believe that he really was aligning himself in mind, to recognize what was his to do, to then connect with that spirit of himself. He even said, the flesh is willing and the spirit is weak. To bring those things together, to unify his mind, to connect with the spirit, and then to be willing to bring that together and embody that. And for me, that's what that represents. And so again, I just want to say, what do I want to say? But however we choose to look at the story, or even if we choose not to ever look at the story again, that's okay too. But I think our opportunity and what the story can reveal is that our humanness, our divinity, our physical being are intended to be unified. And as long as we continue to believe that they are separate, we will have the experience of separation. When we recognize that our humanness, everything we experience, all of the emotions that we experience, are really portals. And if we go into that, can lead us into a discovery, a deeper discovery of our divine nature, and a deeper discovery of what our divine nature is longing to express and experience. Because our emotions, our feelings, our experiences are clues that can reveal to us, if we're willing to go there, the deepest longing of our hearts. Longing to feel the experience, to have the experience, longing to assist others in having the experience, longing to truly and deeply surrender to that divine life that is longing to express itself as us. And our opportunity every moment is to honor that, connect with that, and begin to embrace and embody that. And so, there's another piece of the story that I want to just explore briefly with you, and that's the idea of the Last Supper, communion, whatever you want to, the Eucharist. And I know in many ways that's interpreted in many ways as well. Traditionally, it truly is substantiation, the body and the blood of Christ, of Jesus. And many of you probably grew up with that idea. But what I want to share with us today is that my idea of that really is, again, bringing that together. There is the spirit and the substance of the divine that we bring together in our awareness and embody that. That in my way of thinking of this ritual, it really is the substance that is represented by the bread. The spirit, the divine, that is represented by the wine, the life of the divine. And when we take it in, when we bring those together and we take it in, we allow the two become one in our own being, our own physicality. That we truly take that in. And the ritual is really an outer expression of that's our desire, our willingness to do that. Makes sense? And so today I'm offering us that opportunity. Again, it's not an obligation, if it's not comfortable for you. But I've set the table here with some bread and it's not really wine, it's just grape juice, but so as you would like, for those of you who are gluten-free, there's some gluten-free bread here on this side. And it's just little pieces of bread, and so I want to invite you just to imagine that the bread really does represent the substance of the divine, the God particles, the unformed. And then the wine or the juice represents spirit. And then as we bring those together through the symbolism, and we take that in, that we are allowing ourselves through this ritual to truly embody that. And to allow that to be a reminder for us of our deep desire and our deep commitment to living, revealing that truth in our lives. So Laura's going to be singing a song as we do this. I just invite you to, take the bread, and we're not going to drink from the cup, but just dip the bread. And then we allow that to be our symbol as we take it in. So as you're ready, and if you'd like, just come up and...
With my hands, I break this bread. It needs my heart to make it whole. Gathered in this sweet abandon, made with love. It needs my soul. Let us join in perfect union, communing with the presence in its essence, so human and divine, earth and sun, the two are one. With my hands, I raise this cup, kissed by spirit, the change has come, grown by light in quiet darkness, sweet transformation, let it be done. Let us join in sweet perfection, communion with the presence, partaking in the essence of human and divine, earth and sun. The two are one. Bread and wine, a gift divine, changes me so sweetly. Power and grace, I now embrace.
has taken hold of me completely. With our hands, we break this bread. With these hands, we raise our cup, altered here from who we've been, forever new and lifted up. Let us join in perfect union, communing with the presence, partaking in this essence, human and divine, earth and sun, the two are one. Human and divine, earth and sun, the two are one. The two are one.
So let's take a moment and breathe in. To the awareness that truly human and divine are one. And we breathe into our hearts and reconnect with that deepest desire to live that truth, to know that truth, to truly recognize and realize and reveal the truth of our divine beingness through our words and our thoughts and our actions, claiming that power that we are. And choosing in every moment to be it to the best of our ability. And when we find that we may have made a different choice, to return, to forgive ourselves, and to move forward with a renewed commitment, breathing into our hearts, unifying with that divine presence, realizing our deepest desire, feeling the gratitude for that awareness arising within us, releasing ourselves from any judgment, forgiving ourselves in every moment, and moving forward. So breathe into that embodiment of the divine life, the divine substance coming together as you, in you, through you. And breathe that awareness all the way down through the bottom of your feet. As you ground it right here, right now. And together, let us affirm this by saying, and so it is. Thank you. So now is the time we have the opportunity to share from our good, financial good. If you share in some other way other than as the baskets are passed around, we thank you for that. We're so blessed. So I invite you to hold what you're going to share or what you have shared. Hold it in your heart And we know that we are in the flow of that divine life, that abundance is our truth. And as we live that truth, we are blessed as we receive and as we give. And so we give from love and we receive from love. And so it is.
Amen. I love mornings like this when it's Rev D. I almost called you Rev D. Do people call you that? Rev D in the house? And just myself. And often not all the songs are chosen until the sermon is delivered. And yeah, I thought to share this one. Becoming one in our heart with each other and with all the good. I love this life. I love this feeling. Stepped into a knowing that's always been. There's nothing greater or more beautiful to be this whole with gratitude. And heartbreak makes room for love inside me. And my faith, all the way from now until filled as high as it goes, fused inside my soul, this lovely heart. A while ago, in my eyes, there wasn't a bright side. I was into, well, life had a longing. And so it was, the fire melted my heart into one. And heartbreak, makes room for love inside me. My faith, all the way from now until filled as high as it goes, fused inside my soul. Marry me to your love, yeah. Marry me, God, to your love, oh, to your love. Kisses made of light, yeah. Marry me to your lovely heart, yeah. To your lovely heart, oh. So here we are. I'm glad to be in love with you for all time, Well, there's nothing greater or more beautiful. All me in you with gratitude. And a heartbreak makes room for this love inside me. My faith, all the way from now until filled as high Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's take a moment. As you stand, if you're willing and able to do that, and breathe into this awareness. Once again, that we are always in the flow. And I don't even like that. We are always the flow of that divine life, having its life in and through and as each of us. And as that flow, we receive it in so many ways. And these gifts and offerings today are just one way that it expresses. And we are grateful. We know that these gifts are given in love, from love, as love's expression. And we are grateful. And together, we are grateful for all that these gifts allow us to give in the world. And let us say together, and so it is.
I am a light. I am a light. I am a light in this world. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light. I am a light in this world, and I shine, and I shine, I shine, I shine, and I shine so bright, yeah. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, yeah. You are a light. You are a light. You are a light in this world. You are a light. You are a light. You are a light in this world. You shine, and you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright, and you shine, and you shine, you shine, and you shine so bright. We are, oh, we are a light. We are a light. We are a light in this world. We are. We are a light. We are a light. I know we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine so bright.
So take your light out into the world this week and shine brightly. Blessings to you all.
Amen. Yeah.